Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, we just filmed a best of 2022. So now we're going to film the worst of 2022. I have quite a few makeup products sitting in front of me and I'm going to tell you guys why I do not like them and why I think they're the worst products of 2022. So if you guys want to see what they are, well then definitely keep on watching. I don't know why, but like I noticed that I always have more products in the best of than worst of. I think it's because when it comes to worst of, I either just end up giving it to you guys, I end up throwing it away, and I'm getting better. I'm returning stuff, so I feel like I don't have as many products. I also was very self-conscious this year. I was also very conscientious this year and really bought stuff that was geared more towards me and my liking. So I feel like I have more dislikes in palettes than I do anything else because I generally stuck to like what I know I would actually like. So starting off, we have the Danessa Myricks. This is the Yum Yum Balm. Now, I am going to retry this, but I've tried this several times. You guys are telling me hints and tricks of like how to make this work, and I am struggling. I'm struggling. I don't know how to get this freaking balm to work. I don't know what this brand, I swear, I want to love this brand so much because I actually really do like the Danessa Myricks Transcendence Volume like Lightwork 4 palette. It's phenomenal. I ranked it in like my top 15 palettes of 2022, right? But this, I don't. I'm going to retry it because I'm going to retry it, but I can't figure this shit out. I don't really care for how it looks on the face. It does nothing. Next, and this is surprising, but we have the Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is like the primer slash foundation, like skin tint situation. I was so happy because when I got this, I actually bought this shit while it was on sale. Like it launched in March. I went to the Morphe store that day and there happened to be like a 30% off sale going on. So I saved some major coin when I bought this collection. I wanted to love these so badly. I really, really did. But I have tried them over and over and over again. One, I do not think they're good primers. I think they're fucking horrible primers. They freaking suck, right? But then I was like, okay, let me use it as a skin tint. No, it just doesn't want to work for me. It's so frustrating. I get so pissed because I want this to work for me so badly, but it just like peels. It doesn't stick on. You cannot wear anything else on top of it because, oh my God, it just looks disgusting under the skin. I don't know what it is. Jaclyn raves about it and I love her to death, but shit, man, her and I have two different skin types. I feel like when it comes to complexion, more like setting powders and concealers and skin tints, I need to know to stay away from because they just are not for my skin type. So unfortunately, I did not like these at all. So I actually did declutter them. I just dug through my bag. They're being decluttered because I just was not a fan. And that was really sad because I really wanted to love those, but unfortunately, I couldn't love them. Also, what I tried this year was the Born This Way matte foundation from Too Faced. I heard great things about this. I've always heard everybody talk about the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. And I tried the matte version of this. Oh my God, it sucked. It did nothing. It sucked. It separated. I got super oily. It was wrong skin color, like wrong skin tone for me, wrong color for me. And I don't know. I just did not care for this at all. And I should have realized it when Paige said she hated it. And I was like, oh, maybe, you know, because I'm more oily than she is. Nope, I absolutely hated that as well. I was like, this is shit. It's shit. Along with this, this is the Patrick Ta. This is the, 2-in-1 powder, cream foundation with fresh powder to go with it. I went to return this and I lost the receipt. So it's being decluttered. Now we have the cream foundation and the powder. And one, it oxidizes down. It's too deep for me. But two, it just sucks. Like, I don't know if it's the powder, the foundation, the powder. Oh my God, no. But I can't get into it. I have tried. I love how it's full coverage. It looked beautiful at first. But after an hour, I was like, what? No, I hated every second of it, unfortunately. I really wanted to love this. I've had some of you guys tell me in the comment section how much you loved it. So I was like, okay, cool. This is it. I'm going to love it. And I hated it. And I was so upset that I lost the receipt. So unfortunately, this is being decluttered. It's been used several times. But yeah, I just definitely could not get into it at all. Next, we have the Jaclyn concealers. These were so drying. They dried down so quickly. You pretty much had to put it on and quickly blend it out because it does not it just will, you put it on and quickly pat it out because it dries so freaking fast. But it's fantastic for carving out the brows. And it's also fantastic for putting it on your eye as an eye base. It's fantastic for that. But for concealer, oh my God, it's pure shit. It's pure shit. But for carving out the brows and, you know, setting the eyes, it's fantastic. I freaking love it for that. Otherwise, I don't care for it. I definitely feel like I'm forgetting stuff, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have about 5 boxes sitting on the side of just full of makeup that I'm getting rid of. And I realized that like you know, tried a lot this year, but then I also didn't as well. Like I actually ended up liking what I ended up trying. So moving on to setting powder, we have 3. We have the this is the Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder right here. I wanted to love this. I've heard amazing things about this brand, but then when I actually tried it, I realized it has like microfine glitters in it and it's radiant. So it is not for oily skin. And I should have realized that. So it was my fault for buying it, not really realizing what skin type it's for. And that's why like I don't want to like buy things anymore just to review it for a video. I actually want to buy like what's geared for me so I could genuinely really give it a real review. Because perfect example, I talked about this in my video yesterday. I talked about how Makeup by Mario has a new foundation out. I really want to get it, but then I looked at it. It's a natural finish, but it says it's illuminating. It's a luminous and hydrating foundation. So I automatically know it's not meant for oily skin. So I'm going to try it out and I may like it at first, but then I know at the end I might not like it and I might end up hating it and then I wouldn't really be able to do a fair review. But then again, I did review the NARS Light Reflecting Event Skincare Foundation. I fucking love that foundation and it's not meant for oily skin. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try that one. I'll watch Teresa's Dead just did a review. I'll watch her review and see what she thinks about it. But she also has really, really dry skin too. But yeah, I want to start buying stuff more geared towards my skin type so I could be more fair in my reviews. You know what I mean? So this just did not work for me. I used this one time. It definitely is being decluttered. It just was not, I was not a fan. I also was not a fan of the Rare Beauty. This is the setting powder. I don't know why. I just thought this was shit. I thought it was really shitty. I didn't care for it. I did not like it. Same thing with the Tatcha setting powder, though I think that was last year's or this year. I got rid of that long ago, but I just know that this was not a good setting powder. It did not work for me. I did not enjoy it. So I'm definitely passing this along because it was not good for oily skin. And lastly, we do have the Jaclyn Cosmetics collaboration with Robin. This is their loose powder, and I really wanted to love this because like I love Jaclyn Cosmetics so much. I love Jaclyn. I love the packaging on this, but again, this was not meant for my skin type. It has those microfine glitters, which I was actually really surprised about because I know that I feel like as you age, you obviously have mature skin, and I just feel like mature skin, maybe they want to illuminate. I'm not entirely sure. I know for me, I don't want to have anything illuminating in my setting powder because my natural oil is going to do that for me. So I really wanted to love this powder. And I know that Jaclyn said this is probably the best powder on the market. She highly, highly raved about this. And I don't agree with her because it's not meant for my skin type. Eventually, if Jaclyn ever does create a powder that's meant for oily skin or something, maybe then I can agree with her. But until then, I just think that her and I just don't get along in that aspect because she puts a lot of radiant products in her setting powders and her pressed powders because she loves to have a radiant glow. And hey, I can't knock her. It's what she loves. I also love to have a very mattified face because I know that my natural oil is going to do it for me. Like I'm already getting just a little bit shiny, but like I like how it looks right now because it's not intense. So I really wanted to love that, but unfortunately I didn't. So I am passing that along. For bronzers, I feel like there's only a few bronzers that I tried this year that I didn't like. And the first one is the Wet n Wild, the Hulu Honey Stitch Collection. This was pure shit. It just doesn't work. Like this whole situation does not work. I could barely get any pigment off of it. Definitely was fun to review. It was very fun to review, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't worth my money at the end of the day because I'm just not keeping any of the products. I've decluttered everything. The palettes, the lips, everything, unfortunately. So that's my fault, but I wanted to have fun with it. I should have realized Wet n Wild's quality, but they do make really cute collections, so I'm like, shit. But at the end of the day, this just was not giving, so I'm definitely passing that along. Along with the Fenty Beauty, this is the Sunstalker. I really wanted to love this because it's Fenty Beauty, but I just could not get into it. I don't know, there's something about this that just was not agreeing with my skin. It just was not enough variation in colors for me. So unfortunately, I'm not getting a use out of this. I definitely am passing this along just because it's just not meant for me. So I wanted to love it, but unfortunately I did not. Next we have blush. I feel like the only blush that I really didn't care for is the Pat McGrath collection. I wanted to love this, but I just felt that this was so dry and just not it. Speaking of Pat McGrath, I bought that whole Star Wars collection. we have to talk. I have a video coming out. We have to talk about this because I feel very, very, very cheated. But I digress. We will get into that in a different video. But I will say that I just was not impressed with this. I thought it was really cute concept. Very kind of unrealistic storage wise. It's really big for what it is. Such a waste of space in my personal opinion. You're just paying more for the packaging and the name. But yeah, I just ended up passing this along because no. So next we have highlighters, and the only two highlighters that I really didn't like this year, and it's kind of my fault, is the Pillow Talk. This is the Beauty Light one from Charlotte Tilbury. I just could not get into it. There's something about like this particular application that I just don't enjoy. I also don't really like to apply that much liquid foundation to the face, and it's very rare that I do. And if I do, it's either the Ofra Cosmetics or the Jaclyn Cosmetics that I like to use. I go in very lightly, but I usually like to use it for like my body to have like illumination on my body. So this just definitely wasn't for me. Neither was the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Halo. Yeah, it was supposed to be comparable to the Pillow Talk, and I did not like it. It was just too wet, too intense, and for someone who's really oily, this is just not for you. It's not a friend of yours. So I definitely had to declutter those. For brows, the only brow product that I tried this year that I did not like is the Mad Love Brow Stamp. I got this because of TikTok, and I just found it to be a waste of time. I could not get into this. I could not get into this. It just didn't work for me. I thought this was an absolute waste, and I just, I've tried, and you guys are trying to help me through this, and I'm just like, I still don't get it. It just doesn't want to work for me. So, I don't really have any bad mascara to talk about. I don't really have any lips to talk about. If I didn't really like a lip, I already decluttered it, and unfortunately that box is so full, I don't know what lip I haven't really tried, but I haven't really tried that many new lips this year that I haven't liked. So we're going to move on to the eyes. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Chaos Makeup. So this is just a few. This is just a few that I have in front of me. I bought this because of TikTok. I spent $200 freaking, right? This is a mixing medium right here. This shit is almost bone dry, okay? This was full. This was stored properly, and this is like clumped up like a big freaking snot booger hanging on the side of the container. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I was like, this sucks. Did not like that. So I really wanted to like this brand, but I just feel like it's cute for what it is. I feel like these little powders right here are really pretty, but you definitely have to use a mixing medium if you want to get any sort of payoff on them. I feel like they didn't give me the pigment that I saw on TikTok, so I definitely think I was like cheated in that aspect. So I actually am decluttering all of them. I just don't use them. They just were more like a gimmick, and I paid for it because it was hyper. I paid for it because it was viral on TikTok, but ended up not being good in my personal opinion. So I did declutter all of them. I would talk about the Danessa Myricks Flakes, but unfortunately that was 2021, but they sucked. They sucked. So now we have palettes sitting in front of me, and I just said in my video yesterday, and I'll kind of say that again, just in my video yesterday, but I actually did a whole ranking of all the palettes I've tried in 2021, all the palettes I tried in 2022. I tried over 91 palettes. So these are just a few of the ones that I absolutely hated. So the first one we have is the Game Beauty. This is the Cyberpunk palette. I wanted to love this so much, but unfortunately it just was not giving. It barely had any pigmentation to it. It did not have any longevity, and the shimmers were so dry and so lackluster, which was really shocking because Game Beauty has a great formula. I love their brand so much. So I was actually kind of blown away with how bad the quality was. Definitely took me by surprise, but I'm definitely still looking forward to trying out some of their new stuff. Hopefully the formula has improved, or they went back to their old formula. I don't know. I just really was impressed with this, but the packaging was so beautiful. I love the way the packaging looks. I also mentioned the Mini Biba palette from Natasha Denona. Great formula, but I just feel like I overpaid for what it is. So that's my fault there. Nothing wrong with it. I just overpaid for what it really is. Same with like the ColourPop. This is the Build Your Own palette. I wanted to love it, but I just don't. The formula is great. The shimmers are great, but unfortunately, I just hated the colors that I picked. And it's my own fault because they were limited on what the colors were, and I just wanted to try it, and that was just a no-no. But one that really kind of shocked me though was the Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Santa Village palette. I really wanted to love this palette so much, but again, the shimmers were very lackluster. I had a very hard time working with them. The mattes were beautiful, but the shimmers were not giving, and they're not what the Nomad Cosmetics formula normally is. So I wanted to love this as much as I could, but unfortunately I couldn't. So this was just sadly ranked really low on my list because it was just really sad. Another one that was ranked pretty low on my list was the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I don't like this palette. Formula is fine. The formula is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but holy shit, it's just ugly. I'm so sorry. I just think it's ugly. It's not for me. I had a very hard time creating a cohesive look and making it look really pretty. I don't get inspired when I look at this. I find it just not for me, and I should not have wasted my money on it, but I did. And yeah, that's my own fault. My own fault. But I have nothing bad to say about the formula or anything like that. I just realized it's just not for me, and I bought it specifically for a review for you guys because it's Natasha Denona, and Natasha Denona gets views, and it's my job, and yeah, that was not worth it. Next, we do have the two Wet n Wild collections. We have the Lilo and Stitch and the Charlie Brown, and as cute as these concepts were, I just could not get into it. The formula just sucks. They put pressed glitters in here, which are just freaking horrible. Mattes are pretty lackluster. They don't blend easily, and the shimmers, say what? Where are they? Just not into it. I wanted to love them because I love Disney and I love the Snoopy gang, but yeah, this was just not it, and I wasn't even mad because it was so cheap anyway. Next, we have the e.l.f. Cosmetics collaboration with Dunkin'. I bought this because it was Dunkin', and what a cute freaking like collection. The palettes were not giving, very lackluster, very boring. Definitely had a hard time creating a look, and this is something that I've only bought. This is something I've only tried once, and I definitely decluttered this. I have no intentions of trying this again. And lastly for the palettes, we do have the Base Blue Cosmetics. This is the Artistry palette. I talked about this extensively in my 2022 ranking the eyeshadow palettes. This was just, to me, a really horrible palette. I absolutely hated everything about it. I love the concept. I love how it could be like a cool artistry palette, right? But God, the formula sucked. The formula sucked. It just melted it. They just blended into each other. There's no dimension in it. It was so lackluster, and the brand was petty, because I didn't like it. So yeah, this is actually been decluttered. I wish this was something more than what it was. I wish it could have given me everything I was looking for in terms of this, but it just wasn't giving. So unfortunately, it has to go. And lastly, the last thing to talk about, I feel like this video is definitely a lot shorter, but like I said, I don't really hate as many products this year as previous years. And if I did, I've already like decluttered it or given it away, so that's why I don't have as much to talk about, or it's in this massive declutter pile, which you guys can go back on and watch those videos. And I do have my eyeshadow palette collection coming up this week. I'm excited. But lastly, we do have the Jaclyn Cosmetics collaboration with Robin. I wanted to love this, but unfortunately this has like a lavender smell, which I'm not really into the lavender smell. It's not meant for oily skin. It's not long lasting. It definitely gives you a little bit of a luminous spray, which again, is just not meant for me. Someone who's really oily, this is just not meant for my skin. So that's why I don't like it, because it's just not meant for my skin. Otherwise, it's not bad. It's just not meant for me. So oh, guys, those are all the products that I tried this year that I absolutely did not like. Like I said, I'm in the middle of doing a massive declutter, so you guys will definitely see you guys would definitely see like all the stuff featured in those videos. If you guys want me to go more in depth, definitely go watch those declutter series, because I go more in depth about these products. But yeah, I wanted to love these things, and it's my job to review stuff. There's definitely gonna be some hits in the year, but there's definitely gonna be some misses, and that's completely okay. I just know that next year I will be more proactive about returning things that don't work for me than just keeping it and just letting it go to waste. And I'd rather just save my money at that point. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down below. Did anything on my list was on your list, or did you love some of these items? Let me know. But that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's Art for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures. My amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.